Hey guys, my name is SickBot1 and I got tagged. Little background. This is apparently a tag video where you tag your friends and you make them answer questions about their favorite video games and whatnot. I was tagged by Sephiroth1204, so let's get it on. The questions are going to be in the description below, and the people I'm tagging are going to be in the description below. Dovi's channel is going to be in an annotation. Actually, nah. Okay, let's just get right off the bat. I'll answer the questions. Okay. What is your favorite game of all time? Hands down, Super Mario Sunshine. That was not my first video game by any means, because I had been playing like PC games before then, but Super Mario Sunshine is a game that I've learned front and back, almost. Most shines, most collectibles, the world, I think is incredibly well crafted. Obviously, the game can be a little glitchy, but not if you're usually not if you're not trying to find glitches yourself. I really like the flood mechanic. I think the controls are very fluid, and it just makes going back to Super Mario 64 all that more difficult for me. I mean, I still like that game, but Sunshine blows it out of the water. It still looks great for a GameCube game, too. It's like, you see some GameCube games, you know how they haven't aged very well in the graphics department, like, say, Killer 7, or really any of the Sonic Adventure games. No, Super Mario Sunshine, I think, still looks fantastic, even though it's not in HD. And I like how it tries to break out of the mold of a traditional Mario plotline. I mean, it doesn't completely break from it, but it's at least interesting, even if the cutscenes and voice acting are really bad. I will admit that. Doesn't take away from the charm of the game, though. I still love it to death. Okay, favorite video game genre. For that, I would have to go with adventure games, platforming games. Those are my forte. Those are the games I've been playing all my life. RPGs, I mean, I like RPGs, although it took me a while to get into them. For the while, Pokemon was the only RPG I played, but then I played games like Final Fantasy and the Mario RPGs, which I really like. But no, platformers for me are the games that have the most replay value for me because they have the most interesting worlds. They're oftentimes worlds designed after certain mechanics, designed in a certain way that makes them more memorable. It feels like there's a certain amount of skill that's required in overcoming obstacles, or sometimes it can be kind of easy. It doesn't really matter. I rate. I'd be lying if I said I always wanted a challenge because I am. I get very frustrated when things just don't go my way in games. Let's just say, can't believe I've been able to tone it down for the most part in my videos. Okay, what is the earliest game you remember? I mentioned earlier in this video that I used to play PC games a lot beforehand, and a lot of those were actually the point-and-click games from Humongous Entertainment. If you don't know what those are, uh, people like Lucachin and Game Grumps have recently been showing them off. They're games like Putt Putts, Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam, Spy Fox, and there's some others. They also made the backyard sports games. And I think the earliest game out of all of those would have to be Pajama Sam, No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside. And a lot of those games actually in Pajama Sam, Spy Fox, and Putt Putt. There was a time where I knew those games front and back and could complete them fully every single time, beat them in like less than a day. I don't know. I feel like if I would try to play them these days, I would not know what I was doing. So I forgot a lot, and Nintendo games replaced my space in my brain for video game knowledge, I guess you could say. Okay, what game are you looking forward to? Smash U. I know that game's already come out, but I'm not getting that just yet. Mostly because of money, and also because it'll make a great Christmas present. Yeah, but also Splatoon. Splatoon, I think, will be a really fun and might even turn out to be the best Wii U game because just It's a new IP. It looks fantastic, even though it's a shooter, and I don't generally like shooters. Splatoon, it's going to be good. Okay, I have high hopes for Splatoon. Miyamoto has high hopes for Splatoon. So do I guess. I guess you could also say Little Big Planet in a way. That's one of the PS3 games that I've always wanted to play. It's always looked interesting for me in that, well, it's cute, I guess you could say. So, the fact that I don't have my PS3 at college kind of prevents me from playing that or getting it. It doesn't prevent me from getting it, but still. Okay. Least favorite video game character. It actually took me a while to try and think of an answer for this. Let's just say most of the rival characters in X and Y, Pokemon X and Y, I just think they're very underdeveloped and poorly done. All I really felt like I needed was Shauna and the other boy-girl guy. I didn't need Tierno or Trevor, because they just seem like dead weight characters, in all honesty. I still love X and Y, it's just that I didn't see the need for that many rivals. I am not opposed to having 2 rivals, but anything other than that, as long as they were able to characterize them, which they really didn't. Okay, so, sorry. And my favorite video game character, I have 2 for this, really. I'm going to take one of Dovi's answers and say Kefka from Final Fantasy VI, because goddamn, that is the best I've ever seen a villain done or portrayed in a video game. I mean, just wow. Throughout the game, I found a lot of reasons to really hate that guy, and I was surprised, because I thought that I'd gotten to the point where stories in video games could not shock me, and yet here I am, cursing the name of some insane clown and wanting to kill him every time he was on the screen. Not because he was poorly done, or... I say he's my favorite because, just, wow. The fact that the writers and the developers, or whoever was in charge of Kefka, were able to pull that off, I think is incredible, overall. It's just, wow. Make me feel that much of an intense emotion towards a game. That's hard to do with me, even with games I really like. I guess I don't play a lot of story-heavy games, but you know what? It's fine. My other favorite video game character has to be Wario. I think Wario is just incredibly goofy and funny, and the fact that he's fat and I can relate gets to that, I don't know. But he also usually has some pretty unique games. The 4 Wario Land titles that are on the Game Boy, they're all worth checking out, except for the first one. First one is actually mediocre in my eyes. But 2, 3, and 4, those are fantastic games, and they're all different, they're all unique. Wario World on the GameCube is also pretty fun, even though I will admit it's kind of average. I still love it a lot. I haven't played Shake It, or I haven't played the Shake... But the one on the Wii, I haven't played that one, so I can't really judge that one. I hated Master of Disguise, though. That is... I don't play it, please. Also, the WarioWare series was a huge part of my childhood, so I appreciate that. And just his goofiness in general. You gotta love a goofy character. And I also really like Waluigi, and he needs to have his own game. He needs to be a character in Smash, and he needs to have his own game. Why have neither of these things happened yet? I know he has this trophy in Brawl and Smash 4. That's not good enough. Okay. So that's my video game stuff. That's my knowledge of video games, kind of. What am I tagging? I'm tagging Electrode, Psychopather, Tony, and Elksprit. So, take care. Or something.